Welcome to a new Draw My Life video.
We have just begun the new year and we are already thinking about going on holidays. Some of you might even have found a good deal already to go to Dubai, Thailand or Australia. Not us. But instead of hating you with all our hearts, we're gonna give you some advice to get rid of one of the most feared problems when traveling: jet lag. The circadian dysrhythmia syndrome, or jet lag, takes place when we travel and go over terrestrial meridians, and our biological rhythm, or circadian rhythm, takes its time to adapt to the time in the new country. This happens because our organism, day by day, is programmed to do certain things at certain times, through the 24 hours of a day. Though not every time we travel we suffer jet lag. Experts say you need at least a 2 or 4 hour difference to start feeling the symptoms. Another factor is the direction in which we are traveling. Jet lag affects us more when we are going to the east than when we are going to the west, since we're going in the opposite direction of our biological clock, shortening the cycles. And logically, if we travel north or south without changing time zone, you won't need to worry about jet lag. As for who is more affected, generally women tend to suffer it more than men. Same as people over 50 who suffer it more than young people because of their physical condition. And how long does jet lag last for? Unfortunately, there is no concrete answer, depending on many different factors such as age, health, time difference. It can go all the way from some hours to several days. Studies say that average a 6-hour time difference corresponds to an adaptation period of 2 to 3 days. And we still haven't talked about the worst part, the symptoms. The most common one is related to sleep. We will be sleepy if we go west, since we are lengthening the cycle of the day. We will suffer difficulty to sleep if we travel east, as we are shortening it. As a consequence, more symptoms appear, such as physical tiredness, difficulty to think, changes in humor, memory loss. We can even suffer digestive ache, nausea or diarrhea, since we eat at times our body is not used to being fed. And now that we have scared you enough, let's give you some keys to counteract the effect of jet lag and have it affect you as little as possible. You can start preparing for it days before the flight. Try and start adapting to the new time, changing your own hours of sleep. Go to bed 1 or 2 hours later if you're traveling west, or 1 or 2 hours earlier if you're traveling east. That way, the difference with the destination place won't be as big. You can also change your times to eat. It's important to get enough sleep the night before. We know you'll be all excited about the trip and you'd rather sleep during the flight, but having rested will help us confront jet lag. If we have different options to choose from when booking the flight, it is better to avoid arriving at night at our destination. It will be easier for us to stay awake. When we're flying, the first thing we should do is set our watches to the time in the country we're traveling to. It might seem stupid, but it will help us start preparing mentally for the change. Make your last meal before getting on the plane a light one. Bring some snacks like fruit or dried fruit and nuts, and only eat light food to avoid having a heavy feeling. Another very important factor is staying well hydrated, drinking lots of liquids like water or juice. And especially don't drink anything with caffeine or alcohol. They not only dehydrate you, but caffeine alters our sleeping patterns and alcohol increases tiredness. 2 factors we are not interested in if we want to get rid of jet lag as fast as possible. And last but not least, it's important to move during the flight. Exercising our legs while we're sitting down or walking around the plane when we're allowed to do so. It will ease the tension and oxygenate our blood flow. And it's also a good idea to bring a pair of extra socks on the airplane with us, to free our feet and improve our circulation. Once we arrive in our destination, there are 2 main things we have to keep in mind. First, try to be outdoors so your body gets used to the new time, even better if it's during daylight. Sunlight has an effect upon the hormone of sleep, and it helps us regulate times inside the organism. And second, run away from taking naps, you fools! It doesn't matter how tired we are, we need to try and stay awake until nighttime, at least until 9 p.m. It will also help cooling off when we arrive, so we feel more comfy. do some exercise in the mornings to initiate our daily activity, and have breakfast with lots of proteins so we have enough energy to face the day. People used to suffering jet lag, like pilots or flight attendants, usually go for melatonin pills as well, the hormone our body produces when it wants us to go straight to bed. We can find it in foods such as hazelnut, banana, walnut, or rice. But truth is, the melatonin we ingest doesn't really trespass the blood-brain barrier, so its effect is more like a placebo. So, now you know, if you have a long flight ahead, follow our advice and don't let jet lag become an unpleasant travel buddy.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!